Hi everyone, welcome back to Acres of Clay. If you are new to my channel, I'm Rhonda. My husband and I, we own and operate a dairy farm here in West Michigan. And if you like videos about farming or homesteading, consider subscribing and pushing the like button. We would greatly appreciate it. Today I'm in my greenhouse and things are starting to come alive in here. I basically only have my tomatoes in here right now. My peppers are still in the house because it is still pretty cool at night and peppers don't like the cold. So if it's still in the 40s at night, I like to keep my peppers inside where it's a little bit warmer because this greenhouse is not heated and it just warms up during the warming of the day. Right now it says it's about 80 in here, but I think that thermometer I have is a little bit off. It's probably 70. It's comfortable. But my tomatoes are really liking it. I have other things that I've started. I've just started my zinnias. So these are all zinnias and they're just starting to come up. You can see that. I also have other flowers that I've started, snapdragons, marigolds. I have eucalyptus, cosmos. I don't know. It's not full yet, but it will get full. It will get really full in here. I also planted some of my cucumbers and zucchini summer squash. I like to start them in, let's see, where am I? This here, this type of, I think it's a 3-inch circle container. I'll put one plant in here, and then when I go to plant it in the garden, I try not to disrupt any of the roots because I know cucumbers don't like their roots upset. So that's how I do it. Just plant one plant per container and let it grow. We'll probably be able to put them in the ground within the next 2 to 3 weeks, I would say. Safely put them in the ground without worrying about frost. We have been eating asparagus almost every day. We have asparagus on the menu, and my strawberries are starting to blossom. So we're going to have strawberries probably within a month or so. So that's exciting. I do have a lot of other things already planted in the gardens. I have a lot of my brassicas, so cabbage, cauliflower, broccoli. I have onions planted, potatoes, peas, lettuce, and kale, and Swiss chard, stuff like that, your greens. So yeah, things are starting to progress in the garden, just not very fast. My peas are just starting to come up. And my potatoes are not even up yet. I have more potatoes I need to plant. But we did get a shot of rain, so I may have to hold off a day or two. So we're going to be working in the field this week, getting things ready for planting our crops. Ethan is going to be taking the cross disc out and disking up some soil to see how it works. This will be our first time using it, so the guys want to, so I know that Kevin wants to be there to make sure everything is level, that it's doing a good job. So we're gonna, so I'll bring you along when we get to the field to do that.
Shoestring. Alright, so we're here with Ethan. He started discing with a cross disc. If you look back in different videos, there's one that we show that we bought. And then we went through it this winter, put all new blades, bearings in it. It's like 27 foot. And Ethan, this is our first using it, first day of running it. This is decently sandy ground, and it's corn stalks that we harvested earlage off. No, actually we combined this last year, didn't we?
Mm-hmm.
For shell corn. So I come over here, we're just kind of inspecting what it's doing, and it looks like it's, I wanted to make sure that it was level all the way across, that we had it adjusted right. Because in the shop we put it up and down and leveled the wings, and it was way out of adjustment. Whoever ran it before, I don't know, it was like they had the ends, the outsides digging real deep, center hardly at all. So we made a lot of tweaks to it, and I'm liking what I see so far. Just, yeah, how it's level, and that's what I wanted, and that's what you want in a disc, is to have a level all the way across that looks level. So you don't want a bull or you don't want a mound, and the disc will do that. So I don't know how fast he's running, but yeah, he's running her pretty deep, and we want to till it pretty good. So. So how deep is that? We're getting down a ways.
It's about a foot.
That is a foot?
Oh, let's check my forearm. My forearm is a foot. Oh, it might be over a foot.
I don't know, yeah.
No, it's not a foot. It's about.
Well, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 inches.
8 to 10.
Yeah, 8 to 10. So.
8 to 10 inches is what he's got it set at.
Well, he's running it probably as deep as it'll go.
Oh, okay.
And right there's a little greasy.
Greasy black dirt.
Yep.
It's kind of the wet part of the field, or one of the wet parts.
But yeah, it looks like it's doing a really good job. So this field here that Ethan's working in, he's discing right now. But last year we planted a rye grass in it for a cover crop, and it did not do as well this year. I'll show you. If you kind of look off that way right there, it's just thinner. It didn't come up well, but we had a very dry fall last year, so that really hindered, I think, its emergence. So it's not a win-win every year, and I think if I would have went with rye, like a cereal rye, it probably would have been better. But yeah, just to kind of get an idea, it's just not, there's just not a lot of material, I guess, like I've seen other years. So this past year to me is kind of more of a, was it worth it or not? I don't know, we'll find out. But
you're still going to get a little bit of nutrients into the soil from it.
We will, but this winter season just didn't produce as big a cover crop as I thought it would. So I just thought I'd share that with you instead of making it always look glamorous all the time. This is kind of more of the realistic, just for this year.
It's not realistic, it's just
realistic for this year.
Yeah. Sometimes it happens.
Sometimes it happens, and if you look across, if you look across, I mean, there's a green hue.
It's just not tall and lush.
Not big and lush. So it didn't have like a lot of moisture last fall to really grow and stool out. That's what
I think it had a hard time germinating.
Yeah, well, it's so dry.
Yeah.
That could have been, and so yeah. We come to another field. It's on the same farm that Ethan's working right now with a disc. So we thought we'd check on our Balanza clover, kind of give you an idea of where it's at. We planted it this year, or planted it last fall in this field, and this was a field that we experimented on by disking corn stalks, and it did not work very well. And then come in and we planted blends of clover. So I just thought I'd kind of show you how it's growing. So if we look down here, obviously we had a little bit of ryegrass mixed in with it, but right there it is. There's clover, and there's clover, and right there's more clover.
There's too many shadows, so I don't know.
And right here's clover. So it is.
That's how big it is right now.
That's how big the clover is right now. The blends of clover, and it's the end of April. So we are.
This is rye.
Rye grass, yep. So and there's more clover. So clover, this blends of clover that we're planting, it's kind of slow getting going, and then all of a sudden, when we get some warm weather here, it'll just shoot up. And it should be ready in about another 30 days. I know it's hard to believe looking at it, but it'll be up 3 foot tall and really, and if you look back in our past videos of us mowing it and chopping it, we've been doing it 3 years now. This will be our 4th year. You'll see how it grows. But yeah, it's kind of slow going. It's not like rye, which we're gonna go to the next field and show you, but it just kind of stays small from fall into spring, and then when we get heat, it really grows. So
Grows fast.
Grows very fast. So that's what's in this field here. So yeah, we're just kind of giving you a cover crop update. So for you guys that want to use this for a nitrogen fixation for corn, it almost works better further south. Up here, I think we're kind of later because we harvest it for a forage, and then we come in, we'll no-till corn into it, and then we'll chop the corn off or do earlage, where if you want it for dry corn, it's kind of late, I think. It just don't work for that schedule as well, because a lot of guys want to be planting corn here in another week or two, and they would like a cover crop that's big or ready, so that way they can put it down here in a week.
So what would you recommend?
Well, either cereal rye or rye grass.
But that doesn't have like nitrogen fixation.
No, where this clover, it does have nitrogen fixation. I know some of you guys say that we harvest it off so we don't get no N from it. I differ with that. The N is in the roots. They put it in a nodule, so
yeah.
Because that's the same with.
And then once it's cut is when it releases it.
Yeah, yeah. So I like the N fixation of it. It's just the fact that it pushes your window of planting, especially where we're at, back to about the end of May for what, and then we go with a shorter corn. So I don't know, it's kind of experimental. We've done it 4 years. I like it in a way. I don't like a lot of it, but we play around with it. So just something different.
It almost looks a little dry.
Yeah, I know. So this is our field of cereal rye that we're going to harvest for cow feed. So we're just kind of checking the progress of it, and we're kind of taking a look to see how far along it is. And
flag leaf.
It looks like, I wonder if that's the flag leaf, but that would be like one of the taller ones. Same with this one too.
Hold on a minute.
So we got another leaf coming up yet. So we're just checking the field progress, or the crop progress. We like to get it just as it's heading, right in that range. Flag leaf, just heading. So yeah, that's what we're doing, kind of field scouting a little bit. And ooh, gust of wind.
So you like to get it at flag leaf or just as it's starting to
a few heads could be
because
yeah.
Highest protein, or why? What's your reason behind that?
It's kind of got the highest protein, but also has the highest digestibility for the cows, and because we like to feed it to the milk cows. If we're feeding it to the heifers, we would just let it head out and become more barky, like straw, head more towards straw, I guess you'd say.
Not necessarily quality, but more quantity.
Quantity, yeah. So yeah, we're just this here was planted, I think, trying to remember right. This here was planted at like 4.5 bushels the acre. The other half of the field was planted at 6 to 7. So there should be. Last year we saw a noticeable difference. between 6 bushel the acre versus 4 on yield wise. So I'm hoping to see that pattern again this year.
Why didn't you do 6 here?
Because this is where we took off rye for seed last year, and we
combined this
Yep.
field.
Yep. So if you go back
for straw and
if you go back in the video of combining rye for seed, this was the field that we were in.
So we're gonna harvest this. It'll be rylage.
Yep.
And then we'll plant corn
in it. So so I thought there was something else I was gonna say. Maybe there is.
Well, I mean, you could have still planted 6 bushel an acre.
We could have in here, but what it was is I just planted 4, and where the combine tailings came out, it'll be thicker.
Oh yeah.
That's why I didn't want to do the
I have a little bit of a.
Yeah, it'll have streaks.
What's that called?
Tailings, or the strip where the windrows lay. You get a little volunteer.
Volunteer.
So that's why I only did we did 4.5 here. So it's kind of interesting. This year, stuff seems to be a little further behind by about 1.5 to 2 weeks, where last year stuff was 2 weeks early. And when we're taping this, we were mowing rye within a couple days. It was flag leaf already. So this here looks like it's about another week and a half out.
So why do you say we're behind 1.5 weeks if last year we were ahead a week or 2 weeks? I mean,
because last year we really didn't have a winter.
Are we going by last year's, or are we going by an average?
So on average,
I would say this is more average.
This year's more average.
Okay.
Last year was just kind of unique in that it was earlier, because we never really had a winter up here.
Yeah,
I mean,
last year was pretty mild winter.
Pretty mild winter, where this year we actually had a Michigan winter, and so that's why stuff is more average this year. Last year was a unique year. So
I'm seeing cabbage moths already.
Where at? Over there?
Yeah, the white moth or the yellow.
Okay.
That's not good.
Well,
they're gonna be laying their eggs.
Yeah, they'll be finding your garden.
Yeah, they will.
So yeah, we're kind of in a non-windy spot because it's breezy today.
Today's breezy. There's storms on the horizon for tonight.
Yeah.
And so, there's right there's one. You guys see it?
Yeah.
Those things will devastate your garden, especially your brassicas. Anyway.
Brassicas? I never heard you say that before.
Cruciferous?
Cruciferous? That's another one. And when I say sassafras.
Sassafras? That's totally different.
Or what's some cookies?
Molasses?
No, there's one name but it's fun talking with you.
Okay.
What's the one? Hibiscus. No.
Hibiscus is not a cookie. It's a flower.
Oh, okay.
Although you could probably.
I thought there's hibiscus cookies, ain't there?
No.
Okay.
I mean, I guess I'll look it up. But
okay.
I've never made one. Yeah. Not with a hibiscus flower.
Okay.
Although you can make hibiscus tea.
Oh, maybe that's what I'm thinking of.
I don't know. Anyway.
So yeah, we'll take you along when it gets harvest time, and but yeah, we're out field scouting, and I think we're done.
Enough ramblings of the Acres of Clay crew.
Yep.
Let's get on to something exciting.
What's exciting?
I don't know, cows.
Cows? Oh.
Chickens.
Chickens?
Garden.
I'm gonna go fix the hydraulic cylinder.
Oh, you gotta fix the hydraulic cylinder. Today, Ethan is leveling this field. So a couple days ago, we saw the video of him using the cross disc, discing it up. He disced it up really nice, and he's just leveling it, getting it ready for planting. We let the field sit for yesterday, because yesterday was super windy all day long. It dried out the soil because it was a little bit tacky, but not bad. But now you can tell how much drier it is today after we had such strong winds yesterday. Does a really good job just leveling everything up. This portion of the video is because one of my viewers asked to see the manure spreader in action. So here it is. We are spreading manure, coating the field next to the farm because we're going to be planting it soon. We coat all of our fields with our manure. It's just good fertilizer, and it's a way to get rid of the waste. So thankfully the wind is not blowing towards the house today, but yeah, I'm going to show you. This is Ethan. He does most of our manure management on the farm, and so he is loading up a load of manure and getting ready to haul it out. Since it's not far from the farm, it doesn't take long to make a round. So here we go. Getting the haybine serviced for when we do rye, which will be coming up. The baler's still not quite ready, but not much longer. What are we working on? Coolant line?
AC.
AC line?
No, I had a local company make a new AC hose because Volvo no longer makes the one.
Oh?
And I pressurized it with nitrogen over the winter, and it had just a little bit left in it. So it was a slow leak, but
Somewhere.
I had a little bit of pressure, so we didn't get any moisture in it. And now I had them replace the line. It's just a big flex hose that goes compressor here. He welded a nice little Schrader port right there, all fancy.
Yeah.
And then I'm working on replacing the dryer out a minute with a new one and pull it back on it.
You gonna pull a vacuum on it?
Yep.
You have to pull a vacuum in order to get the Freon in it.
No. But
No?
Get the air out.
Get the air out too.
Air out and any moisture that gets in. So.
Uh-oh.
But.
I thought you dropped something.
Find out. There's the old dryer. Oh, the O-ring's stuck in there. Great. Okay.
So why does it need a new dryer?
Pretty much anytime you open the system, it's a good measure to replace that in case I don't know how much dirt, sediment, and moisture this one sucked out. But whenever the system's open to atmosphere, it has a desiccant in it to pull moisture out.
Oh.
And I don't know what it's seen.
Yeah.
It's only got 1.2 million miles on it.
If it's original.
I think that is, but
Could be.
anytime you open the system, it's always a good measure too, because you just don't know. So.
Good thing to know. Well, the sun is starting to set, so I'm going to end the video here. We hope you have an amazing day. We will see you on the next video. Take care.